This is no joke. The person you love deeply will never be the same after going through this. Everyone knows it, except you. My dear child, if you believe in angels, please open this video and watch it in its entirety. The angels say this is no joke. The person you love deeply will never be the same after going through this. Everyone knows it, except you. Last night, they lost their strength, their flames have dimmed, and even the morning light cannot dispel the darkness. Their spirits, though they try to stand tall, have bent under an indescribable weight. I watched them. I witnessed everything. While you slept, I saw it all happen. When no one noticed, I saw them sitting there, eyes closed, not in peace, but in a frustration that cannot be put into words. Now, everything has changed. But you have not yet noticed, because your heart still believes in their light. Because your love refuses to give up. Because you have stood by them even when they retreated. But I tell you now, last night something changed. What they lost was not something visible to the eye. They did not lose their breath, but they lost something far more precious. Their will to fight, the courage they once conveyed with their voices has been buried by shame and secrets. They have been walking in front of you, smiling and nodding, but their hearts are crumbling. This message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to prepare you. Because I want you to see with my eyes now. I want you to stop pretending that nothing has happened. That I hope you stay awake. You cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot heal wounds you refuse to touch. They have lost trust. They have lost the vision they once had. They lost a part of themselves in an unforgettable moment, and it was already too late. They were too afraid to tell you because they did not want you to leave. They convinced themselves that if you knew the truth, you would leave. So they chose silence. They chose to bury all of this beneath smiles and superficial conversations. But you know better than they do. You can feel it. You sense the weight they carry. You see how their eyes avoid yours when you talk about the future. You notice how they pause longer than they speak. It's not because they don't love you, but because they're not sure they deserve your love anymore. And I am the one revealing all of this to you now, because I have a plan for this person. I also have a plan for you. I don't want yesterday's lies to tarnish the repair plan I've already written. I've seen every scar. I've counted every tear. I've been with them in the darkness they thought no one knew about. I've been waiting for this moment, waiting for you to hear my voice, waiting for you to find me. Finally, open your heart and accept everything I have been trying to show you. This is the moment where revelation and choice intersect. This is where comfort ends and confrontation begins. Not with violence, not with blame, but with truth. Because I love them. I love you. I will not let any of you be destroyed by pain. I will not let you be destroyed by silence. That I have exposed the silent compromises they hoped would fade away on their own. I have exposed them not to shame, but to restore. Because what they lost last night was not just courage, they lost their voices. They need help to find it again. They need someone to make space for their grief. They need someone who will stay by their side when the truth trembles on their lips. And I have chosen you to be that person. I know this is heavy. I know it feels impossible. But if you can't carry this journey, I would never put you here. You are stronger than you think. You cried to me, seeking answers. You whispered in the dead of night, asking why they changed. I heard you. You thought maybe you did something wrong. But I'm telling you now, it's not your fault. That it's not because you didn't do something. It's because of what happened behind you, in moments you couldn't control. But I was always there. Now, if you're willing, I'm willing to take you to a place of healing. They lost their peace, but I can give it back to them. They lost their clear perspective, but I can restore it. They lost their hope, but I can breathe life back into it. But I won't do it without your consent, because healing requires your participation. You must forgive the things you do not yet understand. You must love in the places that still seem unlovable. You must go beyond your expectations and goals. You must hold on to the grace that seems meaningless. That is where I dwell. That is where I work. In the place where pain meets mercy, where silence intertwines with song. You asked me to show you a miracle, and I have given you this word. You asked me to reveal the truth, and I have lifted the veil. Now listen. I am the God who restores the year of the locusts. I am the God who rebuilds from ashes. I am the God who heals wounds no one can see. I am the God who brings beauty from brokenness. I am not intimidated by trauma. I am not confused by chaos. That I know what has happened. I know how to redeem it. But you must come closer now. You must stop assuming. You must ask questions. You must sit in a quiet space and listen, even if it causes you pain. As you read these words, I am softening their hearts. I am awakening the deep longing within them to speak. They want to tell you. They are afraid, but they want to speak. And your response will determine everything. That if you listen with love, they will begin to heal. If you reach out with unconditional acceptance, they will learn to trust again. But if you turn away, silence will return, more fierce than ever. That is why I brought you here. That is why you feel this weight. This is not just about emotions. This is a sacred mission. You were chosen for this moment. You have been entrusted with this soul. And I am walking with you. They have lost their strength, not only physical but also spiritual. While you slept, a part of their innermost being slipped away. When you dreamed of healing and believed that love would return, they were lost in the shadows, falling into an abyss too deep for their hearts to bear. But you, my beloved, are protected. You are surrounded by a sacred presence, and the whispers of angels guard your breath and your hope. You may have noticed their silence today, or the way their gaze passes through you rather than meeting yours. It is not confusion, nor is it fatigue. It is the first sign of nothingness taking shape. That which should not exist has entered them, and that which is sacred has departed from them. This is not a moment for you to blame yourself. God says you have not failed. You have prayed, you have waited, you have loved. You have given. But everything that happened behind the curtain was a lie. It was not for you to see, until now. Finally, God has revealed the truth. Not to cause you pain, but to help you see clearly. Not to hurt you, but to rescue you from the fog of denial and false hope. The truth is not meant to torment, but to liberate. You have asked yourself many times, why do I feel so incomplete, yet no one tells me? God answers you now. The truth was hidden not because you were blind, but because love made you brave enough to believe in the good, even when others had given up. Everyone else knew last night that they had lost their light. Their choices brought them things they did not see coming. Now they try to pretend everything is normal, but the soul does not lie. God says it is time for your eyes to match your insight, for your soul perceived it long before words could form. And now, this confirmation is your mercy. You have wept in the darkness for too long, you have shielded them, protected them from judgment, safeguarded their reputation, and borne the shame alone. But this must end. It is not because God wants you to abandon them, but because God is calling you back. He is reminding you that your safety does not come from being near them, but from being near Him. You are not in danger. You have not been forgotten. Your love for them does not make you foolish. Your love is real, your care is sincere. When you toss and turn, doubting whether you are the only one who still believes they can recover, heaven sees you. When their actions hurt you again, heaven weeps with you. Even though you forgave them last time, and the time before that. But this time, a divine power has intervened. This is not another cycle. This is a transformation. A final moment of revelation. God is with you. Rest assured, you will be okay. You are safe. All you need to do is trust in God and pray to Him. Not because prayer will change them overnight, but because prayer will make you stronger for the challenges ahead. Something is coming, not to scare you, but to set you free. A truth will settle in your heart with peace, not panic. When you see it unfold, you will understand that this is not punishment, but preparation. Their journey is not yet over, but your path is diverging. You cannot carry two destinies at once. You are being lifted up, and to rise, you cannot be bound to those who choose to remain in the pit. This does not mean you do not love them. It means you are entrusting them to God, for only He can reach where they are going. The people around you will begin to speak, those who were once silent will suddenly speak. They will tell you what they know, and you will wonder why no one warned you. But God is with you. God said you were not ready then. Now you are ready. Now you will hear these words without breaking down. Now you will learn and still choose peace. Now you will leave with grace, not bitterness. This is not the end of your story. This is the end of your confusion. There were nights when the Holy Spirit hovered by your bedside, mourning for the things that were hidden. At times, you cried without knowing why, feeling that something had ended, even though everything seemed normal on the surface. That was God preparing your heart so that you could leave with dignity. This is no joke. This is heavenly mercy, granting you clarity in the midst of mystery. You are in the midst of chaos. And you are not alone, the Archangel Michael has been with you. On the night they lost their light, you were protected. You have been marked. You have been chosen. That is why, when everything around you began to spin, you did not lose your mind. That is why your body aches, even though you cannot find any illness. Your soul mourns for things you have not yet seen, but God has already seen them and is keeping you steady, preparing you for this moment. Now that you know, do not return to blindness. Do not bargain with the truth. Do not beg for illusions. Let truth be with you as a stern but honest friend who loves you enough to speak the hard truth. They are no longer who they were yesterday. You can feel it. This is not your imagination, it is revelation. What they say today no longer carries the same spirit. You can sense the imitation, a false tone. This is not cruelty. It is the confusion of the soul. Do not take it as a personal attack. This is not your doing. But you were not called to save them. You were called to be God's beloved. Let God do His work. You only need to obey. You can still love them, that is allowed. Love is not weakness. But protect your peace, protect your sleep. Protect your mission. For soon you will be called into a realm so bright and so noble that carrying their brokenness will become too heavy. Leaving behind the things that are drowning you is not selfish. It is obedience. And you have done enough. You cannot do anything to stop this. They have made their own choices. And you, God's child, you will make your own choice. Choose peace, choose freedom. Choose truth. Choose God. You were never given the mission to bear the weight of their falls. But you did. You saw the change in their eyes. You felt the trembling of their energy. At first, you didn't understand. You thought they were just tired, distant, and anxious. Or simply changing. But I tell you now, they are not just changing. They are being rewritten by a night you were never meant to witness. You should not have been there, for if you had stepped into that space, your heart would have shattered into pieces I could not bear. I protected you by keeping you away from that moment. But now I reveal all this to you. For the time has come. You must know. You must see what I have seen. You must prepare your heart to understand that the silence they now carry is not simple silence. It is the calm aftermath of a spiritual collapse. Last night was not just a night. It was a dividing line. A veil was torn. Your name echoed in the unseen world. They made their decision. They let go, or rather, something let go of them. And while you slept, wondering why your soul was restless, I was taking action. I sent angels to the edge of their souls. I hovered over the moment they chose, witnessing everything that was taken away. In the end, God revealed the truth that no one dared to speak. This is no joke. The ones you love will never be the same after this. Everyone knows, except you, that last night they lost their innocence. They lost their innocence. They lost a part of themselves that they swore to protect. And right now, they are wandering around your home with eyes similar to yours, but those eyes no longer belong entirely to them. They are not possessed, nor have they been abandoned. But they are deeply, deeply broken. You ask me why they can no longer look at you with the same eyes. Why they retreat. Why they speak of the future as if it were a prison, not a promise. I tell you it is because they now carry an unspeakable burden. They feel unworthy. They feel they have lied by pretending to be whole. Listen, this message is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to set you free. You have doubted your sanity. You have questioned your judgment. You have pleaded with me in prayer for clarity, and I have waited until this moment to reveal all of this to you. Because now, you are ready. They were once exploited by someone who saw their weakness as an opportunity. A moment they thought harmless left them forever scarred. That I cried. I cried not only for what they lost, but also for what you will have to endure in the future. Now, the time has come. You are stepping into a realm of knowledge you never sought. But trust me, this is not the end of your peace. It is the beginning of clarity. Do not get angry. Do not force them to say things that shame them. Just observe. Just listen. Just be silent, and I will show you how to handle all of this. That I am your advisor. I am your comforter. I am the light you need when the darkness of this truth tries to shake your peace. You will not be shaken. They hide something behind smiles that cannot be seen in their eyes. They tell themselves they are protecting you. But what they are really doing is protecting you. Protecting the image they want you to believe in. They are afraid you will leave. They are afraid you will see them differently. They fear that if you knew what they allowed to happen last night, your love would melt away like wax in fire. But I tell you, child, your love is stronger than they imagine. It is not built on fantasy, but rooted in the truth of my spirit. You, yes, you, possess the strength to remain gentle in storms not of your making. For I have taught you how to love the broken. You are not here by accident that I have placed you here at this moment. Even now, I am healing the wounds they dare not reveal to you out of shame. But listen carefully, for they may never admit it. They may never speak it aloud. They may pretend it never happened. Yet I need you to understand that it did happen. Your life is transforming. Illusions are shattering. What remains in the wreckage is the raw, authentic essence, waiting for my breath. Do not fear what comes next. I will not leave you. I will not let you be buried by their chaos. You will not suffer for their choices. I will lift the burden from your shoulders. But I will also give you eyes to see whether they are willing to confess, heal, or continue to hide. For soon, they will face a choice, and you must be prepared to see them make that choice. They are not ready to face what they will find. But now, you must be prepared to face the truth that will be revealed to you. The people you love may never be the same again, but that does not mean they are lost forever. I can mend what is broken and rebuild what has collapsed. I can turn last night's ashes into sacred relics. But they must be willing to accept it. They must seek help on their own. And you, my beloved, must also seek help on your own. Do not follow them into the deep pit they have fallen into. That is not your place. That is my place. Rest assured, you will be safe. You are safe. All you need to do is believe in God and pray to me. I have always been guiding your steps. Every moment of confusion, every tear shed in secret, every time you felt something was wrong but couldn't put it into words, I saw it. I recorded it. And now, I am responding. You are not crazy. You are not suspicious. You are not overly emotional. You are discerning. You are spiritually awakened. The feelings deep within you are confirmation of what your spirit has already known. This is no joke. The people you love deeply will never be the same after this event. Everyone knows, except you, that last night they lost their light. But I have not left them. I have not left you either. This is your moment to rise, not in anger, not in control, but in faith. You will not be destroyed by what happened in the darkness. You will be forged by the light I bring. They may not want to walk with you. or they may cling to you in desperation. Regardless, your destiny is not tied to their confusion. Your calm is anchored in me. The storm has passed, but the pain remains. I will personally guide you in rebuilding your home. The days ahead will be like walking through fog. They will speak to you in different ways, their laughter may sound rehearsed. Their love may waver. But all of this will now become clear, because you now know. Now you understand what lies hidden in the depths of their souls. But do not let the voice of fear drown out my voice. I do not reveal these things to torment you. I reveal them to prepare you. I will surround you with strength that I will guard your heart from drowning. I will reignite your hope, and you will not collapse before this truth. You were chosen for this very moment. And this unsettling transformation is not the end. It is the gateway to a new beginning. There, all hidden truths will be revealed. There, truth will no longer be the force that threatens your collapse, but the foundation upon which you will gain your freedom. Pray for them. But do not beg. Love them. But do not lose yourself. Observe them. But do not lose your focus on me. For when the veil is lifted and truth breathes its first breath before you, you will see that I have always been with you. I am still with you. I will not let the shadows of their night steal the dawn I promised you. You are not broken. You are becoming. And they may return to the light, or choose to sink into the shadows they have chosen for themselves. But as for you, I am with you. I am your God. I will guide you. I will protect you. I will reveal every secret at the appropriate time. When that moment comes, when they can no longer hide, you will already know. I have told you. I will tell you everything.